Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. If you were looking on the YouTube yesterday and realised that the video was there without any sound, I do apologise. Slight problems technically. Piece of software that did an update and then didn't update the audio. Anyway, let's get cracking with today. So looking at the risk events that are due out today then. We've already seen the Aussie data out earlier this morning. Certainly there's plenty of jobs there. It would appear unemployment dropping down to 3.4%. This is only going to build inflation potentially anyway, so it's very pretty inflationary. It's not really what the central bank wants to see. Aside of that, we got the autumn forecast statement. Now that's coming out at I'm not too sure what time that is actually coming out. They haven't put a time on here, or it's midday. It's normally midday-ish, but we'll see. Morning, Ian. FOMC member speaking at Bullard speaking at 1 o'clock, then 1:30. We've got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. They've got this highlighted in red. It doesn't move that great. FOMC Mester speaking at 2:40, so a couple of speakers there. In fact, if we just run across to here, we'll probably find we've got a Bank of England speaker there at 12:30, looking over the left-hand side here as well. Bostic, Bullard speaking. Okay. Oh, there's a whole bundle actually. I'm just looking down the list here and there's a hell of a lot of speakers this afternoon, so just be wary of the speakers. There's not a lot you can do because often they'll say the same old, sharing the same hymn sheet. Right, let's have a look then. Morning, Ray. At what's going on the forex markets to start with, as ever. Euro yesterday, well, it didn't really do too much. It ended up positively, but it struggled to do much, and it's again, it's just really consolidating. I just drew this wedge on the hourlies here, and you can just see how it's sort of the range is getting tighter and tighter. Well, I'm still sort of bullish on this at the moment, although things have slowed down, but I remain bullish, and I think we could potentially see some further upside to run there. So that's how things are looking for me at this stage. That's the euro dollar, just really waiting as ever this morning. Let's switch over to the pound. So the pound, higher lows sitting through there over the bigger time frame, of course. Again, yesterday ended up positive day. It's very, I say choppy. It is choppy on the lower time frames. When you come down here, you just see what's really going on. Again, we've got well, we will have a bit of a wedgie pattern. We've got a bit of a wedge pattern that's already, I guess, broken to the upside if we were taking the near-term points. But it is pushing up further at the moment and looking reasonably positive there. The high inflation figures yesterday really should have fueled, I would have thought, more excitement or more buying, but not to be at the moment. Autumn statement may be holding things off there. Dollar yen consolidated here, and this really has again not really done too much. We saw the move back on Tuesday. Yesterday, just inside bar after inside bar, it seemed. There we go. Looking at the hourlies, very little movement on that at the moment. Could still be looking on the short side of this, and I'm just sort of drawing a line in the sand across here, but it needs to really break down below the lows for me and start showing a bit more sort of continuation rather than chop. So we'll see how that runs. They're not looking good, are they? Why can't we have something that looks all nice and rosy? Aussie dollar, similar situation. Inside bar yesterday, today, well, it's trying its best. It's not really doing too much. We haven't really had the original lower, where the lower high came in effectively yesterday, and it's given us another lower high this morning on data. Yeah, not looking the best here at this stage. If anything, if it starts breaking down, I'd rather be on the short side. But however, the bigger picture is still bullish, so can't really do that yet. So really more of a struggle to look for anything there. Canadian dollar. CAD's a bit disappointing in its move update yesterday. It's a consolidation sort of phase it's sitting in at the moment. This is all well and good, but we want it to break out at some stage, and soon. Not particularly great movement here. Just chopping along here. It has now come back to its weekly pivot. A break below the 21 and the 500 might be a bit more positive, and we've obviously got or had demand around these sort of lows here, holding the price up for quite a time, but maybe next time it'll roll. Okay, here's the CAD. So currency wise, looking a bit consolidated, I think is the term there. Moving across to commodities, we'll have a look at silver today as well, but starting off looking at gold. So gold really consolidating yesterday, bit of an inside bar and quite negative, sold off so far this morning, just coming off here. We could still work our way back to that weekly pivot, but it's finding a bit of support into its 34 moving average as I'm speaking. It is very consolidated. It's just such a mess at the top here, and as much as it started showing some sort of signs, I don't know, to me it still looks modestly weak. Not necessarily one for going out and chasing. Either way. Silver then, I was asked to look at silver. Silver rolled over somewhat the last couple of days, and it's off again this morning. It's just sort of dropping back. I keep missing the opportunities on silver. Early November, obviously, it started moving. That was the big push, but it's pulling back once again at the moment. Lower highs in on the 4-hourly. Not looking the best as it's saying. It's very goldy looking. In fact, very similar to gold, quite correlated. So the price action here, it's sort of broken those prior lows here, come back, and looks like it's taken a retest of that level, and certainly looking soft. Right, there's the commodities there. Oil. I didn't look at oil. I said that's gold and silver really. So we've got lower highs sitting in here. As I said yesterday, the supply demand sort of curve, maybe I need to lean over and think, well, there is a risk it will stay where it is or drop even, and it's certainly looking on the softer side here, testing these lows a couple of times. Maybe it's got more downside to be had. Again, I'll look at it later. It did sell off. What time was that? Yesterday afternoon, wasn't it? 12 o'clock. It started really breaking down at 1 o'clock there, and certainly that's the time when I'm at 1-2 o'clock is when I really want to be trading it. I didn't catch a trade on it yesterday. It's just been one of those. I look at it and then lose a bit of interest because the charts are so ugly. Okay, as commodities, let's move across and quick look at equity markets first. So I'll just go across. There's some falls across in the Asian markets this morning. Bit of uncertainty running back into there. I don't know if you noticed it earlier. We've got the sort of greed factors showing on the US markets at the moment. Maybe we've got a greed factor just about everywhere at this stage. Nifty 50 currently up, still looking very positive. FTSE, the S&Ps, beg your pardon, consolidated where they've sat over the last few days, and This is pretty much a similar picture running all the way through. In fact, we've got a bit of a head and shouldery sort of pattern running through there on the 4 hour. You probably see it clear on the hourlies. Quite messy, and this sort of support level around about the 39.63, 62 area, a bit lower even, 39.60. So if it starts selling down there, the more that we've seen tapping along here, perhaps we'll get a bit more momentum and a move down towards that weekly pivot. Let's just see where the daily pivots are on here. It's not showing me a daily pivot for some reason. Okay. Well, very strange. Lost the pivots below there altogether. Right, anyway, let's get back to dailies here. Dow Jones, again, similar-ish picture, lots of consolidation, picked up a bit yesterday. Up at the moment, a slight movement upwards as with the Nasdaq. Really was looking at the DAX yesterday. Well, this is eventually looking like it's doing something at least, but again, this consolidation phase, and we're seeing it in the currencies, we're seeing it in the equity markets, just lacking of a direction at this stage, and it could be a phase that we're sort of moving through, and well, we're certainly in at the moment. It could just run for a bit longer. I'm sort of concerned of, because of course we like trends, but have to take what's given. FTSE not open yet, but just have a look at what yesterday's price action there. It was rolling off towards the end there. Looking a bit soft, but again, all consolidating around their highs, so there is the scope for them to push up, I guess. The crypto world is pretty much a sad story out there at the moment, and there seems to be the same old same all the way through these markets in terms of looking. With the occasional exception, but pretty much to the downside, consolidating around the lows, and traders are fearful here for sure. It's whether they start capitulating and selling some more, we'll see. But for now, all looking relatively bearish, and in towards the lows of their consolidating around the lows, which would suggest they might even drop further as the new price, the new level is effectively accepted for a while. Right, that is it for me. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you morning, Ritu, covered silver. I can't remember if it was you or someone else. No, maybe it's someone else that was asking for it. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye for now.